The Germans have a saying that there is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing, and the same applies to trading psychology. There is no such thing as bad trading psychology, only a system that you don't trust enough to fully put your belief into. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory as to where I've been the past couple of months, why I've not been posting as much, and maybe that'll give you some insight into your trading and into my trading that you can use going forward. Now, the past couple of months have been extremely rough for my psychology, as I said. Now, this doesn't mean that I've been losing. In fact, I've had one losing month this quarter, one break-even month, and one profitable month. So for the quarter, I'm actually break-even to a little bit in profit. But psychologically, I knew deep down that it could have been way, way better, and I could have made a lot more money, and I could have made some better decisions. But what is the reason that I've had this rough patch in my trading, or this I guess less than optimal time period? I've been trying to implement some changes to my strategy. I've been trying to adopt the strategy to become a little bit better than it already was. I've been trying to make a few tweaks, and throughout that tweaking period and trying to refine it to become an even better trader than I already was, I realized that I was trading with newer concepts that I didn't fully understand yet or knew if they were profitable. Now, as you guys know, I preach this to you all of the time. You need to have data to rely on. But when I'm trying these new systems, when I'm trying these new adaptations to the TRLS strategy, I had no data to go off of. And remember this right now, because it will be important through the rest of the video later. But I was implementing these new things, and a lot of them work, some of them didn't. But when I'm trading with them, like I said, I had nothing to go off the back of, which resulted in me taking unnecessary losses, maybe not trusting the system properly, and inevitably I ended up losing more money than I actually truly should have done. And when that happened, my psychology went down the drain. I started revenge trading a little bit, started buying more prop accounts, and sort of, repeating this process over and over and over. Now, fast forward to where we are right now. I haven't been posting on social media or on YouTube specifically because of this reason. I've been trying to get out of this sort of hole that I've been in, let's say. And I've now come out the other side. Now, this week I got like $7,000 in payouts, which was really nice. And it sort of broke that spell for me. And I wanted to come on here and share with you exactly what I did to break that spell, but also the realization that I had during that dark time, and especially coming out the backside of it. And the first realization, and I guess the main topic of this video, was that there is no such thing as poor trading psychology. There is no such thing as fear in your trading, greed in your trading. No such thing as any of these sort of things that result in revenge trading, overtrading, all of these sort of things. There is only a lack of trust in your system, and I'll explain to you why that is. Let me give you an analogy. Let's say I was going to come to you every single day, personally to your house, and deliver you an envelope with cash in it. Each day I had a little bit less cash in it, and some days I actually came to you and took some of your cash away. But I promised you, we had a legally binding contract, that whatever money I gave you or took away from you, by the end of the 6-month period or 12-month period, you would have made more money than I took away from you. Well, would you be nervous every single day when I came to the door? Would you be thinking, oh shit, what if I lose money today? Or, oh, what if he doesn't give me enough money today? No, you wouldn't. Because you know for a fact, you trust in me, we have a legally binding contract, that shows that you would make money, and enough money, and a lot of money by the end of that 12-month period. Now, I know this is a bit of a far-fetched analogy, but compare this to your trading now. If you collect enough data to the point where you know for a fact that as long as you repeat your system day in, day out, you are going to make money. So you have back tests of 1,000 trades or forward tests of 300-400 trades on this specific system on these entry models. Well, you've collected enough data now to the point where you know that whatever you do over the period of these 100 trades or 12 months, you are going to make money. Do you think if you had that data, you would come to the charts in the morning, a position shows up that is specifically your model that you've collected that data on? Do you think if you took that trade, you would then be going, oh my days, I don't know if this is going to work out. Should I hold? Should I close? Should I let it run to TP? Should I move to break even? No, you wouldn't, because you know for a fact the system is profitable. And this is where we need to reframe our mindset. And this is why I had this sort of dark patch that I was going through, because I moved away from my data. I moved away from my data to the point where I'd forgotten my data, forgotten the win rate of my system, the expectancy, the profit factor. And then suddenly I'm making decisions based off of my own intuition. And when those decisions that you make based off your own intuition start to lose you money, guess what starts to creep in? The doubt, the fear, the greed to make your money back. It all starts to creep in. And this is why there's no such thing as a psychological issue, because psychological issues only apply if you're trading the wrong way, if you're trading based off of your own decision making. But in this video, I want to give you the mindset shift that is going to allow you to stop doing that and allow you to stop having to worry about whether you're making the right decision or not. Because imagine this. Imagine you built such a robust system to the point where you come to the charts in the morning and you know the exact optimal place for your stop loss to go, the exact optimal place for your take profit to go, the exact criteria that need to be present for an A+ setup to appear. And then you know how often those trades hit TP, how often they hit stop loss, the average risk to reward, and all of those sort of things. How unbelievably freeing do you think that would be? Because you would then get into a trade and it would be like free money. Because as long as your system has edge, you're going to generate alpha, so you're going to generate money over an extended period of time. But if you don't have that, that's where that fear and greed starts to jump in. So think about this. Whenever you're feeling fearful when you're in a trade, I'm speaking to you directly now. If you ever feel fearful when you're in a trade, why do you think that is? It's because you don't trust either the setup, you don't trust yourself, or you don't trust the market. Okay? Those are the only three reasons you can be fearful. Obviously, you're fearful of losing money, but the only reason you would lose that money is if you hit stop loss. So there must be a distrust in yourself, the market, or some bullshit external factor. So if we can develop the system where you have trust in your system, you have data-backed decision making, you have an exact criteria that you just need to follow to generate that data, then when you come to the charts, that fear is no longer existent. And likewise, with greed. Why do you think people are greedy when they're in positions? It's because they want to make more money, obviously. But if I told you, okay, let's imagine, I don't know, a slot machine, right? If I told you that every 10 spins, the slot machine pays out a maximum of $200,000. And you got to your sixth spin, and that was a fact, by the way, just take it for a fact. And you got to your sixth spin on that slot machine, and you were at $2,000. But you know for a fact that the maximum it can pay out in 10 spins is $200,000. So you've already hit the maximum. Would you spin it again? No. So let's take this back now. You've got data behind your trades. Okay, you know where the logical TP is. You know where, on average, that trade reverses. And you know where, essentially, you should be getting out of the market. And you believe in your data and you trust your system because you've done it yourself. Do you think you would get to where that, let's say, for example, I have a system let me use my data. On average, my trades run for a 3-to-1 if I let them run to full TP. Do you think I would get to a 3-to-1, see my data and think, oh no, I think this can run further? No. Likewise, if I have let's take my Asia Skydweller model, for example. You guys know the Asia Skydweller model. If you don't, then watch the video on it. Let's take that model for an example. That model, as a maximum, 99% of the time, will run to the other side of the Asia session. So we take it at Asia high, for example. As a maximum, it will come back down and take Asia low. Now, obviously, there are a few outliers where it runs further. Do you think I should be trading based off of the 0.0001% that it runs further? Or should I take that TP that I know is statistically proven to generate me the most money? I would obviously take the one that generates me the most money. So if you've developed a system in which you know for a fact your TP should be $1,000, and your data tells you this is the most statistically profitable thing that you can do is take profit at $1,000, do you think you would let it run till 2,000? You wouldn't, because your data's telling you that's what makes you the most money. And the reason that the point that I'm getting to here, and the reason why you have this fear or greed or whatever it may be when you are trading, is because you either haven't done that data collection yourself and you're trusting your favorite influencer, or you've done the data collection sloppily and you don't trust the system, or you're executing trades that are outside of your system. In all of those three examples, you're trusting something else other than data. And data is the main thing that matters here, the main thing that we can make our decisions off of. And I'll tell you why that is. Because once you start to use anything other than the data that you have, you're putting your trust in something you cannot trust. You can't trust yourself to make the right decisions when you're in the market. Trust me, even I can't trust myself. When you've got $10, $20, $30,000 on the line in profit or in account balance, whatever it may be, your brain will not be making rational decisions. It just will not be. Especially when you start to see that number fluctuating up and down, you go into the red or you go massively into profit, your brain will not be making rational decisions. If you're trusting that your favorite influencer, first of all, they could be a fraud. Second of all, they might have done their data collection wrong. And if you're taking trades based off of something that isn't your model, then now you're trusting your market intuition. And as we know, intuition in the market alone is not profitable. So there you are. I've just debunked trading psychology for you. You can't trust anything other than the data that you've collected on your system. Now, obviously, there are going to be outliers. You could get into a trade and then someone drops a nuke. Obviously, there's an outlier, but we can never account for those things. And if that situation does ever happen, you have bigger things to worry about than your funded account, evaluation demo account going into profit or loss, okay? And that just right there shows you how unbelievably simple trading is. So how do you actually put this into practice? How do you actually go ahead and implement this into your trading? Well, it's very simple. You need to develop a system that you can trust. Find an entry model that you like. For example, I just dropped a video on my Asia Skydweller model. That entry model is unbelievably goated. It runs for 5R, 10R. It's a great model. Go and watch a video like that. Doesn't have to be that, but I would recommend that one. But after that, most people would go and just, I know this concept now. I'm going to go ahead and take it on the charts. You're trusting me at that point. How do you know you can trust me? Go and test that model over 100 trades. And if it's profitable, then you simply have to take that and do it and repeat the process. And that's how you make your money. And if it's not, refine it, tweak it till it is. Very, very simple. There is a reason why when I get my first one-on-one clients, or when I first get my one-on-one clients, so let's say someone signs up to the program, the first thing I do is I tell them we're not focusing on making money for the next 2 to 3 months. And they go, what? I go, you need 100 trades collected on the models that I've just taught you. Go collect data. And that's what they do. They go and collect data. Now, normally during this phase, what ends up happening, because my models actually fucking work, is they end up passing accounts and getting payouts anyway. But actually, the most important point that I tell them is, they don't need to focus on the money yet. They're focusing on the data collection to then get to the point where they can have bulletproof psychology. And that's it. Normally I waffle on for these videos for 30, 40, 50 minutes, but I don't need to. I was vulnerable in this video and I showed you where I'd been with my trading for the past couple of months. I'm back now. You can expect regular uploads from me. This is one of the rawest videos I've ever done, completely unplanned. I just thought of this morning. And I wanted to share it with you because I think this is such a big revelation. I mean, it's not a revelation, but I guess it is. If you apply this, you will see a monumental change, and I did that. The past couple of weeks went back to my bare bones bread and butter strategies that are backed by data. And since then, I've got most of my funding back. I've got roughly $7,000 in payouts in the last couple of weeks. This shit works, I'm telling you. Now you can expect regular videos from me from this point on. I have some cool ones dropping throughout the rest of the week. I'm also going to be running a live free masterclass soon, which I'm super, super excited for. So click the notification button down below. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. We're going to fucking kill it next quarter. I absolutely promise you. I'm super excited for what's to come. And I just wanted to tell you as well where I'd been. And sort of, you know, not clear the air, but get it off my chest. And let you know that we're back. Now, the link to the free Discord's going to be down below in the description. Drop a like on the video, subscribe. TRLS till we fucking die. Much love. Peace out. See you later.